Sustained believers don't hide their emotions. They bring them to God in worship. And some of you have been suppressing your true feelings and you've been afraid to bring them to God. Don't you know that's where the healing happens? Don't you know he's been waiting for you to open that bottle of emotion and say, God, I don't like what's going on. And you don't have to say it quietly. You can say, God, this is the worst. This hurts. I don't know what's going on because, God, I've never been in this situation before. I don't know how to handle the fact that they left me. I don't know how to handle the fact that I'm raising this child on my own now. I don't know how to handle this loss. But God is waiting for you to admit that so he can sustain you through it. Because sometimes our appearance of strength is what's keeping us from allowing the Lord to sustain us. He wants to hold us. He wants us to bring it. And the next thing is we also have to learn how to worship when nothing is working. Nothing is working right now. Ain't nothing popping off. I can worship you when it's hitting, but Lord, ain't nothing popping off. God, I don't understand. And in verse 17 of Habakkuk chapter 3, I'm trying to explain to y'all, this ain't one of them sermons for those of y'all that everything is going well. If it's all going well, then write this down because the reality is at some point you're going to need this word. But for most of us, you have to learn that there are seasons like Habakkuk 3:17, though the fig tree does not bud and there are no grapes on the vines. Though, look at that, y'all, there's no buds on the fig tree. And there's no grapes on the vines. I can't even get grape juice, Lord. I can't get no jelly, no Welch's. I can't get no peanut. Noir, no Malat, no Chardonnay, no Zinfandel, nothing, Lord. No grapes on the vines. Though the olive crop fails and the fields produce no food, there are no sheep in the pen and no cattle in the stall. This is not one of those inconveniences. They said something, they ain't speak to me today, I don't like them. No, this is total economic collapse. This is some real drama going on. And he says, though that stuff is going on, no figs, no grapes, no olives, no fields, no sheep, no cattle. Nothing is growing. Nothing is producing. Nothing looks promising. But he finds a way to worship anyway because he knows God can sustain him. I want to use this keyboard as an example because as a musician, you know, we use instruments to communicate, and I play piano, and we use it in every service because piano is beautiful. So, one of the most overlooked parts of the piano is the thing that my foot is on. This is called a sustain pedal. And the sustain pedal has such significance to what I just did that when I do the same thing without it, it's okay, but it's not as smooth. My transitions are more difficult without the sustaining pedal. And if this piano represents my life and my hands represent my work and this pedal represents the grace of God, the sustaining grace of God, there are seasons of transition in life that without the sustaining grace of God, will be choppy, harsh, not as beautiful. But when God sustains you, even when you have no work, even when there's nothing in your hands, even when there's nothing you can do, he can sustain you and make it beautiful. God's grace can hold you together even when there's nothing to do. You say, God, I don't have any money. He says, I can sustain you. God, the relationships ain't working. I can sustain you. The jobs aren't there. I have nothing to do. There's nothing in my hands. But God says, my grace can hold you through transitions, through challenges, through whatever you're going through. And yes, sometimes we want to do it on our own. We think we can do it without the grace of God. And yes, what happens when your hands get tired? What happens when you have nothing else that you can contribute? The grace of God says, I can sustain you. And it's not a pity party for God. He's grateful to do it. He's like, I'm honored to sustain you because I love you, and it was never my intention for you to lose. I always wanted you to be sustained, that I want to be the one to do it. I want to be the one to do it. And God knows how to hold his children together. That pedal gave beauty to those transitions. It kept the sound even when my hands had nothing to do. And sometimes we don't want the pedal, we want control. Any witnesses in this room that were like I was talking about in the beginning? Lord, can I just have it? Like, I don't want to live from miracle to miracle. Can I just look at my bank balance and be like, okay, we straight? How many know that's only one season of your life? Because there are other seasons where you're going to have to depend on the Lord. And I'm not just talking about financially here. Whatever area of your life you need God to sustain you, that's what I'm speaking to today. And God says, this transition is going to be too steep. This next transition is going to be too hard. And if you try to do it by yourself, your hands will get too tired. And in those moments, God whispers, when you're ready, I'm here. Let me sustain you. Look at Habakkuk 3:18. These are the words. He says, yet I will. Yet I will. Nothing in my hands, nothing to do, nothing producing, nothing is going the way I want it to do. Things ain't working, nothing is happening. I have nothing working. Yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I can't rejoice in my bank account. I can't rejoice in my relationship. I can't rejoice in my job because they just laid me off. So I'm going to rejoice in the Lord. I can't rejoice in my talent. They said I'm too old now. I can't rejoice in my looks because when I showed up for the shoot, they said, you don't fit the style. But yet, I will rejoice in the Lord, because you have to make a choice to rejoice. Everything ain't good, but I'm choosing that. You hear what I'm saying? Stuff ain't popping, but I'm choosing to rejoice. I'm rejoicing not because anything changed, not because the loan came through, not because the doctor reversed the diagnosis, not because I got the job back, not because the relationship healed, but I'm rejoicing because the God that sustained me has never changed. I'm a living witness. He will keep you if you want to be kept. He'll sustain you if you let him. I'm a living witness of what it is for nothing to be popping, for God to sustain me. I know what it is for God to sustain me, even though I prayed, asked him to bring my mother back. Don't let her die, God. She's on the machine. Don't let her die. She didn't live. Lost my mother-in-law a year before that. I still worship you, even though that didn't work, God. I lost the contract. Nothing changed. He sustained me. I had money owed to me. They didn't give it to me. I had people accuse me. Friends turn on me. Even as a pastor, people misunderstand my intentions. Doing the best thing I can in the right moment, always doing the next right thing, but still being misunderstood. I'm telling y'all that because no pastor or minister or elder or prophet or anybody is absolved from this season where you got to choose to rejoice anyway. Here's what I know about God. No matter what I didn't get, in my heart, I still got a yet. And that yet is what keeps me when I don't get what I ask God for. That yet is what keeps me in the season I'm waiting for God to manifest his goodness, because I know his goodness will come, but there are seasons where I have to wait patiently in spite of what I didn't get. Yet I will rejoice.